Alright, so tractor's fueled. I've picked up my spray, got the sprayer working yesterday afternoon. Now all I have to get done, get the sprayer filled and get started. Wanted to make sure and remind you that anytime you're handling herbicides, make sure that you are wearing gloves, okay? Because it can sure eat you up. And yes, I am speaking from experience. I really am. Chemical gloves are best, but if you don't have those, just make sure that you're wearing gloves of some kind, because that stuff is ugly when you get it on your skin. Another tip, you'll want to fill your tank with water first, because if you put your chemicals in first, or if you do it halfway or whatever, they're going to foam because of the oily consistency, and it will be near impossible to get your water level right for the amount of chemical that you need to use, because it will overflow from the foam. So make sure you do your water first. You're really not going to be saving any time if you try to do the chemical and water at the same time. We have one pasture sprayed, and went and grabbed some lunch real quick. We did have a little bit of trouble with the sprayer, not much. Finally figured it out anyway. Anywho, so this field over here we got sprayed. You can already see that some of it's starting on a little burn down. It's kind of curling just a little bit. Good deal. That's exactly what we want. Goat weed, which is what that is, also known as woolly croton, the scientific name. But anyway, it's really not hard to kill per se, knock back anyway. But the seeds in the seed bed in the soil can be just so prolific that it's hard to keep them out, keep them totally down. Some folks are not going to be real happy about using herbicides with livestock. Unfortunately, sometimes it can't be helped. This smells absolutely awesome. It's catwood hush. It is pickle relish, right? Dill pickle? Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dill pickle?
No.
No?
Sweet relish.
Sweet relish? Okay. Just, well, that looks good. Smells amazing. And then were you going to try to do one with zucchini in it too?
Not today.
Not today. Okay. So that is the finished product. We're not just going to stop. Imagine that. So here's what's up. We're nearing, as my wife reminded me last night, we are nearing about a month until it's time for lambing season to start. I know it doesn't really seem possible, but it is apparently very true. So that all has to come out. The panels back that way all need to come out, and get ready for lambs. Is because we are hopefully going to be able to take the tractor right up through here and push all that hay that came down this past season out, and to be able to do our clean out. I'm going to leave this one for now, because goats and all still come in there at night for feeding. But eventually we'll put the block back up on that door right there, keep them to the back for feeding time while we push all this through into that pen. And then once we have it pushed out, then we'll take it out that way. We're glad to have you with us back on the farm. You know, it's been a while since we have weaned lambs. We were weaning lambs once a month because we had several groups that were very close together. Wean lambs from their mamas, separate them, and start their feeding program to get ready for market. Well, now it is time for the last group that we had born to be weaned. I'm having trouble finding. We have a paint marker, I know we do. It's just a little paint stick that you can use. The weather today is absolutely beautiful for doing whatever we need to do. All right, since I found the paint marker now, we'll kind of explain the process. Here's what we're going to do. We'll bring all the mamas and the lambs into that back pen back there. Once we have them all up in there, we'll kind of block them in, put out a little bit of feed, and then one of us will pick them up and put them into this pen right here. Once they're into this pen here, then we're going to go through and check them, and if they need wormed, we'll worm them. If not, mark them that we've checked them, and then they will move over to the wean pen where the others have been for a little while.
No, just stay with us.
I want to kind of show you this real quick. Do you see that hay pack right there? It's probably about 6-7 inches deep. And yeah, it does kind of look like a lot of wasted hay, but there's not a lot of waste that goes on there. The reason I say that is this. That pack, as the animals are in the pen, you take the dry matter of the hay, the fresh manure from the animals, along with the urea that's in the urine, and it mixes together as they walk around. It kind of mixes everything and turns it over. It creates a composting process. When you have composting, you have heat. I was waiting for the rooster. So in the wintertime, that pack helps generate heat to keep the animals warm. So that's why when you come in on a cold winter night, you'll see everybody kind of nestled down into the pack. Nobody's up moving around much. That's because of that heat that's coming from the ground. So it does look like waste, and in some ways it is. But in the wintertime, be very glad you had it. Well, sometimes it's nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of. So I'm going to get ready to start working on this clean out. So basically what I'm going to do, I don't know if these panels will reach all the way over to that fence right there. If it'll reach to that corner, I'm going to take this, swing it around that way to block that off. That way they still have barn access up to the backside, but it'll leave this through here open so I can maneuver in and out through here, through this section, but it'll keep them out of the way from being up in the pen behind me, so I don't have to worry about them as I'm coming in and out. Well, look at there. It's July, and we have right at another 2 inches of rain. Not going to complain about that at all, as dry as it's been. We're in the middle of clean out. Carmen's already working on cleaning out the feed room that we try to do a couple of times a year. Hi. Well, this is where we're at on cleanup. I decided that I wasn't just going to run a camera video on this. It's a pretty monotonous process. Unfortunately, I did have this looking really good, but you know, it's like cleaning house. Sometimes you have to mess up one room to clean out another, and that's kind of where we're at. Ever been to a tractor mud bog? I wasn't gonna set the camera up much, but you gotta watch this. I think you get the idea. Oh, like that little sliding around tractor mud bogging. What? Your turn to speak your mind. Go ahead. Yeah. Once I have the detail work done on that, we'll have to get the divider panel back up again, and then that way we can move the lambs that are in the current lamb pen to the back where I was just cleaning out at. Block that off, then we can move the mamas up through to where the lambs are now, just for a little while, until we can get them ran through the working system, feet trimmed, wormed, all that good stuff, because it's time for them to go out on pasture. Whew. Yeah, I think I got that all right in one breath. Anyway, well, it's time to get down and start feeding. It's early evening, a little bit earlier than our usual for feeding time, but Teresa is very tired tonight. Carmen is not feeling her best because she didn't sleep well last night. I didn't sleep well, but you know, it does not take long to feed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody fed, get that taken care of. They've already been fed once today. All right, let's go. Come on. Good? Good. Man, you get water tanks.